Srimanta Sankaradeva was not eager to establish himself as a philosopher, but we find some philosophical elements which establishes Srimanta Sankaradeva as a philosopher in his own right. The salient points in his philosophy are: 1. Brahman is the supreme truth. 2. Brahman and Ishvara are the same. 3. A Brahman and Ishvara is there in every entity. 4. Ishvara and his creations are not different. 5. Jiva is a component of Ishvara. The Jiva constitutes the body of Ishvara. 6. The creation is temporary but not unreal. 7. Maya is an act of God and its influence can be avoided by His grace. 8. One can become God as one realizes the identity of God and His creation. These statements prove that Srimanta Sankaradevas philosophy was unique, and it does not completely resemble any philosophical order. So it was unique in its own right. Of course, it has partial similarity with different schools like Advaitavada, Visistadvaitavada, Dvaitavada, Dvaitadvaitavada, and Advaita Ishvaravada. But there is no perfect similarity of Srimanta Sankaradevas philosophy with any of these schools, because of which we cannot conclude that his philosophy belongs to these schools. His is a unique philosophy having its own distinct characteristics. The devotional philosophy of Srimanta Sankaradeva is a unique concept, and it is different from all other schools of religious philosophy. The concept of Eka Sarana and unqualified devotion are unique in Sankaradevas order. All other founders of bhakti cults like Ramanuja, Nimbarka, Vallabhacharya, Satyanadeva, Jnanadeva, Namadeva, and Ramananda worshipped Radha, Rukmini, Sita, Lakshmi, etc. Thus the word Advaita is wrongly appended by these orders in their names. One cannot worship two entities at the same time if the supreme entity has to be only one. Thus all these spiritualists betray a logical fallacy. In fact, all religious philosophers except Srimanta Sankaradeva are pluralist. Only Srimanta Sankaradeva could correlate his own philosophy and religious practice. He was the only philosopher who practiced in his life whatever philosophical ideas he cherished and taught to the people. The philosophy propounded by Srimanta Sankaradeva is really unique. He declares Brahman to be the supreme entity and also believes in the existence of God. He says that Brahman, God, and the creations are the same. He terms all entities as the body of God and admits the apparent difference between God and his devotees. The creation is deemed to be real, though it is essentially temporary. Thus, he combines the elements of different branches of philosophy in a fine blending that is really unique. All these characteristics are not present together any other branch of Indian philosophy. Srimanta Sankaradeva could establish an integral philosophy only because he had an integral view about life. He went beyond monotheism. Actually, he erected a pyramidal philosophy covering a wide spectrum of beliefs. It is the only philosophy which facilitates a journey from the gross to the subtle. It covers all ideas ranging from dualism to monism. It may be termed as the first practical philosophy of India, which is fully in tune with a religious order. We have named this philosophy as Vivartanavada, considering the stress on spiritual evolution it advocates for. Thus, the entire philosophy of Srimanta Sankaradeva was developed with utmost care, avoiding any type of contradiction.